So, with that recap out of the way, it is currently the 21st of summer at 8:30 a.m. You just started a new day. There was the dagger shenanigans, and yeah, what does the group want to do?
I think they were casting legend lore.
They don't
Yeah, I
have
was
the
cast.
dagger anymore. Is Nasira bringing it to them to cast?
I don't
Yeah,
need to
that's
touch
where
it.
we-
I don't need to touch it. I just need to name it.
Okay.
That's why I didn't actually have it with me when I was casting the spell. It's just something I need to know about. Like,
Alright.
it's you name and describe a person, place, or object. The spell brings to your mind a brief summary of the significant lore about the thing you named. The more I know, the more information I get.
Go ahead and cast it.
Oh, I have to pull my sheet up. I didn't actually open my sheet yet. I was too busy talking, as per usual.
No.
I think I already cast it. I'm missing a 5th level already.
Oh, I just see the description. I didn't see.
I might have. Oh, let me go through. I might have.
Well, if you cast it already, that's fine. I just I was looking through the log and I just didn't see an actual casting, just a description pulled up. But if you're missing the
I am
spell,
missing.
then you probably cast it. I don't think you cast anything else.
Yeah. I think it might have been being annoying and not taking the spell slot. Maybe I just did it manually.
All right. So you cast Legend Lore, concentrating on the dagger. Give me a Wisdom save.
Oh god.
DC is 16. I was gonna say. All right. So you feel a bit strange at first, as a bunch of almost like psychic energy comes into contact with you. But you manage to just kind of shrug it off, and you start sorting through some of the information. The dagger itself is a constant item, which you don't really know what that means. But it is a constant of something. For whatever reason, the Legend Lore spell is not giving you that information. The dagger's name is Nypherian Tavares, or at least that's what the name it's giving to itself now. There's several other names that wouldn't make much sense to you or have much significance, but apparently this is a very powerful item, a constant item. It also can it has the ability to change its powerful, or how powerful its attack is, and it can also decide its location and who wields it. There's also several other powers that are hidden that even Legend Lore isn't revealing. One of being which what one which is what this is a constant of.
I think Eldwin was technically with us, so I would share that with Eldwin, even though he's not technically here in Nasira.
Alright, I'm gonna wait for Eldwin to get back before I give a response from him.
Yeah, that's fair. I was just saying, it is out loud, so it would be information he would know once he comes back, more thing.
Alright. So that's what you get from Legend Lore.
It's definitely something strange, Nasira.
Well, it seems I haven't heard anything yet that, about, why we shouldn't use it if it's powerful,
Well, usually things don't need to force you to be attuned to it if they're good.
Well, it only helped me, and now it doesn't seem to want to talk to me now, so...
Did you tell her all that stuff?
I would have.
Alright, do you have history, Nasira?
I do have history, by the way. I was going to ask if there was anything, but you said it wouldn't have been relevant to me.
The names wouldn't have been relevant. There is some obscure stuff you might know about constant items if you roll 25 or higher on a history check.
Oh god.
Yeah, I don't.
What is it?
I can't roll that high. So.
I can, but it would be very hard. Do I have any insight points?
For just roll a natural 20, it's not that hard. It's a 1 in 20 chance. Come on.
Well, actually, for me, I think it's a 15% chance that I could make it. But if I do some insight,
Oh, that's not
points,
bad.
I'd bump that up. It's not. I have 2 insight points. I'm going to spend both of those for an additional +4.
Okay. +4.
Oh,
Oof.
Well,
Do I have a? I have a story point. I'm going to re-roll it.
Alright. Spending all the points. If
I
you...
want to know.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Watch it just be just as bad.
oh,
no, it's 18! If only I had advantage. Both the second rolls were so high.
Yeah.
Wait, I feel like you jinxed yourself on that one.
So 20... Wait, is that 25?
It would be 28 total because I didn't have any advantages or anything. Sorry, 18 total.
18.
Oh, I see. It was just a
Yeah,
really
'cause-
bad roll.
Yeah, both my first rolls were terrible and both my second rolls were magnificent.
So yeah, you're failing to remember the significance of what a constant item is. The legend lore presented it almost as if it should be like common knowledge. Then again, it did redact some of its information, and you've never had a surge of psychic energy hit you when you have done a legend lore before. All this is very strange.
To be fair, I don't think I've ever done a legend lore before.
Yeah, or identify. But possibly research can give you more information.
Perhaps we should consult with what's her name?
Tristan,
Control
that was
point.
going to be my thought.
We don't necessarily have to tell her everything we know, but ask her what she knows of constant items and, see where it goes.
It's worth a shot.
Well, I'll just hang on to this.
Well, if it's... Hold on. You're making me weary with statements like that. Not
Don't be
weary,
silly.
wary.
I'm
Eldwin says, we just worked really hard to get that off of you.
Well, you still haven't. Nothing we've learned has convinced me that I shouldn't keep such a powerful item that has done nothing but help me. I'm not. Yes, maybe it charmed me a bit. I don't feel the affection for it that I did before, but, I'm just being practical.
Eldwin just gives Anvir kind of a look, shrugs. Says, I don't think anyone else can really use it, right?
I mean, if it's going to just teleport the second we take it away from her, I don't think there's much point in us taking it away from her either, but it's a matter of...
Yeah, I guess.
As much as I'd like to put some distance between you, I think it doesn't want to put some distance between you.
Yeah, just make sure you tell us if it starts acting strange again, or like charming you in some way. Though granted, you probably wouldn't know if it did. Alright, maybe if we try to take it away from you in the evening and you say no, we'll know something's up.
Or if she starts using it in combat again, she is very fond of her hands.
I mean, it actually didn't do me too badly. I mean, I had quite a few fine hits with it.
It also absorbed people and creatures at times. Well,
Nocera just kind of shrugs. She looks unconcerned. She's going to be like, okay, at dinner each night, I'll put it out on the table away from me in the center of the table to show you that I'm not charmed by it. How about that?
No guns at the table!
yes, that is acceptable, Eldwin says.
I tuck it back in my belt.
Just be careful with it.
So, what about the prisoners? Have we heard anything back?
No. Maybe we should try and check with Aurora. Hasn't checked in that I know of.
No, I think she had gone over to keep an eye on the jail cells. So maybe we should check in with her. But I assume if we do find these spies, what's our plan? Are we going to capture them too? Are we just going to kill them?
It is a tough question. Maybe find out who they are. And I don't know, really. Spying is not my forte. I'm a very honest man.
Yeah, I'm not very knowledgeable of subterfuge myself. Foley says, well, I mean, I could give you some information. There's a lot of political things I had to master when I was living in Revan's Pass with my sister. I mean, generally speaking, if spies were found, they were quietly murked.
I mean, that's what I wanted to do with, the ones we decided to ransom, but...
Says, yeah, I mean, that would usually be the fate of someone who's captured quietly, because, if people just disappear and no one knows why, then no one really asks questions, because people disappear all the time in Revan's Pass for all sorts of reasons. It's just kind of a dangerous place. But you guys seem kind of torn on this sort of thing. I know half of you wanted to keep that enchantress as a pet. Do your nails.
You say we're torn. I think it's mainly me. Everyone else is fine with it.
He says, well, I do respect that about you. I think it's adorable.
Onvir has a very confused look. He doesn't know how to take that.
He says, well, it's just
Thank you.
in these dangerous times, I rarely encounter anyone who is so genuinely caring about others. I mean, it's nice. Just get you killed in the wrong situations.
And that's
Yes.
why Eldwin and I are here. To keep him alive. She nods towards Onver.
So I thought you were here to find some Naga. Or Yanti, my apologies.
Oh, I can have more than one task.
Just nods. He says, Onvir and Dosha, the best among us.
I will not argue that fact.
Where's Robert anyway, he says.
I think maybe he was helping Aurora around the prison.
Oh, maybe he's hanging out with Aurora. Alright, well, I think I'm just going to enjoy what passes for a social scene in this random church to Hildar. But if you need anything from me, let me know. With that, Foley will give you a polite bow and exit the room. Exit breakfast, because you were all eating breakfast.
But did we want to... What do we want to do now?
So what is Robert doing? Do you want the camera for any RP or anything?
Nah. Robert's just chilling, reading probably a book on Hildar that he picked up along the way.
Some guy gave you a pamphlet.
Yeah, just
Like if you accepted Hildar as your Lord and Savior, he's like, oh.
I was imagining more he had just pinched a actual religious document from somewhere.
He stole a free pamphlet from someone.
Yeah.
it's not free,
They're
but it's
giving him
theirs,
out,
right?
but, yeah, they're giving him out, but he just stole it anyway. I can see him doing that. All right, so you're reading some holy materials. What about Aurora? Yep. What's she up to? I don't think I've heard Samuel yet.
I've seen them typing. Maybe their mic's in the ship.
Oh, again.
What, did you just not think we were ignoring you this entire time? Did you not register we couldn't hear you?
You're just, talking.
No, we haven't heard a word from you this entire time.
You're just being extremely rude.
Okay. What about now?
Yeah, no,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
yeah, I haven't heard a word from you since I joined.
Fuck you, Discord.
Alright.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Savora came up to Robert to see where I am. He had no idea. Savora left, and then Aurora went to go talk to her. If
I remember it was
correctly.
something similar to Aurora, because I remember making a joke about how similar their names were.
Yeah, something like that. It's been like 2 weeks. I don't know if you even put in your notes.
I do remember this though. Someone came up to Robert and was asking about Aurora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Aurora was literally hiding like 10 feet away and tried to
Yeah.
to communicate telepathically, and Robert was just like, nah, fuck you.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I think Robert basically told what's her face to fuck off as well. They're like, I'm not your friend. Why are you talking to me?
Something like that.
So yeah, Savora, I guess, is in jail.
What, in jail?
In jail?
In jail?
That does not sound right. Cause she
Savora is one of the people that was with Aurora before
Oh,
she joined the campaign.
that's right. I'm getting her mixed up with
One of those people.
with the
The like enchanter or whatever.
yeah.
What is...
Yeah. So she's in the dormitory area, kind of like she was before. What did you want to talk to her about?
I mainly want to see what she wanted to talk to me about, because she came up to Robert, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, she did. She came up to Robert saying she had something, wanted to talk to Aurora about them.
Oh, okay. What did she want?
And I don't remember what that was.
I don't think we knew.
So I
No.
don't remember if we had this conversation already, but she would ask you, so now that you found these people you're looking at, what's your plan? Are you going to head out with them?
I think they would. This conversation would happen with someone else, but yeah, that's my plan right now. Just go with them. But it seems for a bit we're going to be staying here. Now, I'm not really sure. I haven't talked to them in a while. Wonder what they're up to.
She says, what are they doing here? Did you ever figure it out?
No. I think. Maybe. I don't know. I just know that this temple belongs to one of them, or is part of it, I think.
Huh.
I own this temple.
Just nods. Says, well, this seems like a good place for us to pause our journey. I've been talking to some of my people. Oh, what was that?
That was my notification.
Oh.
Why is the 40-year-old virgin screaming,
Yeah.
R. Kelly Clarkson?
Yeah. Well, he says, I've been talking to some of my people. We're a bit worried about continuing on to Revan's Pass. She says, though, I don't really know of any better locations where we could head off to. She says, I was curious if you had any suggestions for us. You seem to know these areas, or you seem to know some people. Maybe they know some good places where we could settle down.
At the top of my head, it would be Revan's Pass. I would have to ask around if you want me to, but as far as I know, it's Revan's Pass.
Says, yeah, I don't think there's anywhere else nearby where we could even go. So, all right. Well, I appreciate that. We'll be here for a few more days. Just let me know if you plan to leave. I know Jakova and I would, like to say goodbye to you before you go.
I will. Have a good one.
So she gives you a smile and kind of shakes your hand lightly as she goes off.
Then Aurora heads back to the prison and does a stealth shit that she's been doing.
Okay. So you're keeping an eye on the prison. At this point, time
Yeah,
is...
I think she makes it.
Yeah, at this point, time is sort of passing. Is there anything in particular any of you are doing, or just kind of waiting to see if someone shows up to try to break the prisoners out?
I might.
Maybe. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll start with
You go,
Robert
Sarah.
because you've had the least amount of screen time. Go ahead, Robert.
Robert's just going to notate who's coming in and out of the prison. That's like shouldn't be there that often.
So the only ones really going into the prison are the people feeding the prisoners, and the guards every now and then patrol there. This isn't really a place where people get visitation. Like it's just a dungeon. Like no one comes in here except to make sure the prisoners aren't escaped or dead.
Yeah, if there's any oddity, any odd person, Robert will stalk them.
Okay, so you just keep an eye out.
Yep.
All right, who else? Rest of you, what else?
Sarah, you were saying something.
Oh, I was just asking what was our plan? Were we just gonna wait for the ransom stuff to go through, or watch for new spies, or did we have a plan?
If I remember correctly, our exact situation is we have your emotional support vampire looking around for sources of spies. We have the ransom things, and we are watching them just on the off chance one of the spies around here tries to help them.
Okay. So we're just gonna hang out for a couple days, it sounds like, to see where we get with things.
More or less.
Could
Keep an eye
we...
Yeah, pretty much.
You guys, I assume you have a library here. Perhaps we could
Yes.
research the constant items.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say I was gonna do.
I would ask Eldwin for help, but I guess we have to wait to see, I don't know, like, because Nasira's not great at researching, but Eldwin's usually much better.
I'm all right at it.
All right, let's go to the library then. Let's find out more about constant items if we can.
I have a whopping +2, which makes me the second best in this group.
Right.
All right. So, Anvir and Nasira are heading to the library to try to start a research project. Is that correct?
Yeah, just on constant items.
All right.
Yeah.
So, the library here is moderate size. It's not like extremely expansive or anything. You do some initial research. I'm going to say this takes you the day. Speaking with some of the librarians and the keepers of this place, you would find out that they don't have any information on the constant items here. The library isn't big enough.
Okay.
So that would be a day's worth of research to figure that out.
Well,
during
Anvira, who are the wisest among your temple? Perhaps one of them would know have knowledge that's not here in their library.
I shouldn't say a day. That would be 8 hours. So it would
A
be,
work day.
Yeah. So it would be
Gotcha.
like 4 p.m. when you finish that.
Tristan does function as our lore master.
You want to ask her?
Yeah, if anybody in the temple's going to know, it'd be her.
Might as well check and see.
Alright, so you go and speak with Trislin. What are you asking her?
If she knows anything about constant items. Because, I don't know if she would, but like she's the oldest person in this temple, so if anyone would, she would.
She says, not familiar with a constant item, though it does sound a bit familiar, but no, I don't have any specific knowledge of it. Have you looked through the library at all?
Yes, unfortunately, nothing of substance.
Well, and she thinks for a moment. She says, the only places I know of that have a larger collection would be in one of the empires. Probably private collections. She says, but
I think
nothing close by. Certainly not Revan's Pass. I don't think any of the houses there have anything more expansive than we have.
maybe not the libraries, but I think we might have a connection somewhere who may. They might do.
Well, I encourage you to follow whatever connection you think would lead to answers. What is, or I guess, why do you ask about constant items? Is there any
Andre,
relevance
perhaps
to
you
what's
should-
going on?
Perhaps you should tell him or tell her about the. You mentioned that you had a strange experience when you cast your spell.
Yeah, I would. I would just say that I was casting Legend Lore on a particular item. I wouldn't mention what the item was or where it is. I was just saying I was using the spell Legend Lore, and I would explain to her what had happened.
So, yes. It's a rare occurrence, but there are magics that are dangerous to try to learn about. Some can hurt you, and some can even drive you mad, depending on the power of the connection. Legend lore forces a connection to certain knowledges, and it's not something that happens often, but it is something to be aware of. Usually things like Identify will just fail, but Legend lore creates a much deeper connection. She says, is this what happened when you were trying to find out about a constant item?
Yes, it does appear to be.
So that must be something extremely powerful. Something potent. Something woven in with fate. Or at least likely it is.
Well, if there's one thing I know is you don't go messing with fate.
She says it's more likely that fate comes messing with you. She says, well, in any case, I hope you figure out what you need to know. And I'll keep an eye out for any information on constant items. She says, I assume you will all be heading back to your new colony after this.
Yes, that is the plan, but we just want to make sure there aren't any of those. See if that we can't figure out who's looking for us before we do.
Of course, I understand.
And then there are tons of little whispers we hear and might follow, but yes, I think the main thing at the moment is just making sure the new place is safe.
She nods. Says, well, let me know if you need to know anything else. And of course, you're
Jason.
welcome to use the library as needed.
Alright, I'll leave you to your duties.
Alright, so Robert, you have been watching the prison, but things have been pretty quiet. No one's tried to come in and speak with them. They've just been getting fed and, the normal prison stuff. Aurora, you were hiding at the prison as well, and it would be the same thing.
Correct.
It doesn't seem like anyone is attempting to break them out, at least not yet. So the day is gonna pass. Let me just do some rolls to see what happens. Let me know if
A
anyone
nat
is
20 happens, a dragon appears.
Oh,
Is
don't
it-
worry.
is it
It's
Caliph?
just Raisha.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
Halathar?
It's just a mate. Califar, that's what it is. I was thinking of one of the Critical Role dragons, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, Roshan's
Pretty sure Raishan's the
Critical
green
Role
dragon from Critical Role, yeah.
Yeah, the green poison one that can shapeshift. The only one seen shapeshifting anyway.
Well, in like normal rules, I don't think every dragon can. Where in loose rules, they can. In base game, it's more of a metallic thing.
Any dragon that is around the age of
Old
adults. Sometimes younger
Yeah.
ones can, but it's not common. Usually something
Yeah.
that comes as dragons age, they gain the ability to change their form. Alright, well,
Yeah, I know we'd had this.
so in the evening, I assume you all meet as normal. Nasira is able to give up her dagger. So, you know, it
Okay.
seems like she is not charmed by it. But
Maybe
it
you
is-
should try to attune to it again and see what happens. No, I am. Why am I suggesting this?
Yeah, I'll do it, Henry.
Why?
I feel like Onvia said that out loud and immediately regretted it.
When I take
Yes.
the dagger out to do the daily check to see whether I'm able to give it up, I try to communicate with Niffy mentally.
Alright,
Do not tell the others that I'm doing it.
So you think to the dagger, but it does not respond.
Okay.
You pissed it off.
I pissed it off. Wait, what?
I can attune to it if you'd like, Henry.
Please, for the love of God. no.
Yeah,
Definitely not you. If anybody else, not you.
Wow, I want what Robert
Wow.
Cannon 3 good reasons why.
Because you'll listen to it, you will never give it up, and you might actually try and kill us with it.
Alright, I should have asked for 5.
Yo, pirate.
You would try to kill us, Foley says. I am hurt, though not as shocked as I should be.
You see what I mean?
And he says, well, I could always try to attune to it as well, if we're all throwing our hat in for the super powerful dagger as a friend.
Oh god.
Yeah, I don't think we should attune to the thing that literally might be bound to the idea of fate itself.
How does one attack with fate? Now I'm curious. Well, in any case, that's fine. I just thought I'd offer. He goes back to eating his dinner. Right. So the evening is passing. No one's doing anything. It would now be the 22nd of summer at 8 a.m. The prisoners are still imprisoned. No one seems to be trying to break them out.
Alright, new plan. Robert starts stalking people who visited in the last 15 days.
Visited who?
The temple.
Oh. Just random people?
Yes. There's a list somewhere, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
you got a bunch of names, so we'll say you were looking into that. Give me... So you're spending the day doing that?
Yes.
Right. I'll get back to you. Just remind me at
Okay.
the end of the day. What about everyone else? What are you doing today?
At the prison. I'm still watching it. I
Alright.
haven't left there since a few days ago.
Alright, so you maintain your post, making sure no one breaks these prisoners out. What about the other two? Anything?
I think.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying I'm trying to think of anything to do. I guess I could try and make a scroll. I'll think about it more. You go and see.
Is there a weaponsmith here that I could maybe work with on this? Because I finally got the recipe for the storm boomerang.
There is a blacksmith here. They
Would he be able to make it, or do I have to find a magic user?
So you'd have to make the base item, which
Can we make it from a existing boomerang, or do we craft it at the same time that the magic is being imbued?
Well, you don't have to make it out of metal. It could be. In fact, I think boomerangs are wooden. I don't think.
They're usually what, yeah.
Yeah.
I think mainly what she means is like, does she need a specifically made one for the ritual, or can she just use one of the ones she's got in her pocket?
I guess I'm wondering, who do I need? Is there someone here at the temple I could go to start crafting this? I've got the recipe. I know how much it costs.
So you would need someone with knowledge of arcana, religion, or nature, and someone with access to spell slots.
Which I imagine there would be. Considering we're in a holy temple, I imagine there would at least be a few people.
That's for the enchanting part of this. For making the boomerang, you just need someone who can do woodworking, or you could try to use one of your boomerangs as well.
I will. Yeah, I guess I'll ask around. I mean, I'm sure Anvir would probably be able to point me in the right direction as well, for someone who would maybe like have the Arcana skill and the magic ability and
I mean, technically, Anvir.
I was about to say, I think I could do it. Yeah, I have religion and spell slots.
Well, it's 50 days, so I thought maybe paying an NPC and coming back would be better than you using all of your downtime for ages.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a better idea.
So,
yeah, unless you have the soul crafting feat, but I don't think anyone took that yet.
So if there's someone at the temple, I would like to go and speak to them about maybe enlisting their services to begin crafting.
Alright, so the one who could do it easiest probably be Trislin.
I was going to say, she'd probably be the best bet.
But does she have time to craft something for someone?
That would be the biggest issue, is that she is fairly busy. She would say there's some pilgrims that come through with some magic ability. Let me see if I can find someone to do this for you. She says, how powerful is the item? Just so I know what I need to find.
Rare?
I think it's... Let me double check.
I think he bumped it up a rarity because of the change of effect he did. Didn't you say something like that, Lou?
Well, the boomerang the giant was using was special.
Yeah, I think.
But you were saying because you said because we don't have air elemental nodes for it to recharge, she could do it with a key point. But I think you said it would have to bump up the rarity though.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the key point thing. Yeah, we did talk about that, Lou.
All right.
Because it's from a book, whichever Wizards of the Coast book.
Elemental Planes of Chaos or something like that.
Yeah, it had some special way that it gets recharged, and you said it would make it like a daily spend a key to recharge it instead, or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it in my.
I'm trying to find it actually. Let me look here. I had it, but now I don't know where it went.
It's Lords of Chaos or something like that. It's from one of those weird books. Princes of the Apocalypse, that's the book it's from.
It's called a Storm Boomerang.
Yeah.
Alright, let me look it up on the interwebs.
Yeah, I found it on the...
And this is what I wrote down as far as what you said when I learned the recipe on what it would cost us.
I see. Okay.
And I think you said, like, if I remember correctly, the You said that instead you might allow it to be once a turn or like once a combat or something like that.
Yeah, we can do something like it can be recharged as part of a short rest.
Oh, okay. That'd be great.
So
I think the other thing that I had asked about is whether or not we'd be able to like also make it a weapon of returning, but I think you said that that would take more research.
yeah, so we can say it has all its normal powers. But yeah, it would just be like a normal one, except it would just take a short rest to recharge the effect.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. That make it rare. I mean, it's better than this thing.
Yeah, I mean the normal one is uncommon, so.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was looking at. All right. Yeah, we'll just say that. Yeah, you can recharge it as part of a short rest because I feel like that. It's a cool like flavor thing, but mechanically speaking, it's difficult to do.
It doesn't work outside of the campaign it's meant for.
Yeah.
Alright. So if it's just yeah, for the uncommon version, it would probably just be 2 weeks to craft, right? 10
Well, you
days.
told me 50 days, but I'd
That's
love
the
it if
rare
not
version.
Yeah, I think that's when he was toying with it being like a key point situation.
Oh, okay. So 2 weeks instead? I'm
Yeah.
down.
If it can only happen once a combat, that would still make it uncommon. So it'd be quite a bit cheaper than that, yeah. Let me look at uncommon real quick. Alright, so crafting, uncommon. Alright, so the cost. So you need essence from a creature CR 4 or higher. You would need 40 essence.
Okay.
It would be a 400 GP or Maho cost. And it would take 5 days to create.
So it takes more Maho, but from a weaker creature.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
I was just making
then-
sure.
Yeah. So then
Well,
if,
no, it takes less Maho. It's only 40 Maho, whereas it was 100. Or sorry,
Oh, I
40 Maho of. It's a weaker creature, but it's less. It's also less
Yeah.
essence.
40 and 400 instead of 100 and 2,000.
Yeah.
I think the problem was that last bit I heard as just 400 Maho, not the 400 gold bit, so I got
Oh.
confused.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the cost would be you could use gold or you could use components because you're in town.
So
you can use gold
If
pieces.
Tristan has someone, then I would like to hire their services to make this. if Someone at the temple can.
She says, yeah, I have some lower level clerics I could have work on this.
That would be most appreciated.
She says, is Anvir being lazy? Why doesn't he just make it for you? He's probably more skilled than most of my clerics.
I like to think I'm around the corner. Just listening.
She says, tell him to get off his ass and help.
I thought perhaps he might have other uses for our scant amount of downtime, and I also intended, of course, to make a donation to your temple for your services.
So, all right, well, the crafter would probably want to be paid himself for his services. You can still make the donation, of course, but he'd probably ask for a fee outside of the what it takes to actually create the item.
Of course, for his time.
Yeah. Let me go see if I can find someone.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah.
That's great. We have exactly 40 Maho worth.
of CR4's essence.
Oh, perfect, perfect. And I'll
We
take
have
gold.
nothing else CR4.
Nice. Oh, perfect. So yeah, I can pay the gold out of Nasira's inventory, but it'd be great if I could take that essence.
Oh wait, there's a second one. There are 2 other creatures. I found more, but yeah, we have 40.
What kind of creature is it?
Iron Cobra.
Oh. Don't show this to Manasa.
Yeah, don't show this to your pet.
Just hisses at you. gives you the sad eyes. All right. So during the day, we'll say that she comes back and says she found a crafter. They would ask for another 200 gold pieces in addition to the cost of creating this.
Excellent. I will.
So it'd be 600 plus the essence to make this.
Okay. So then, yeah, I'm going to pay. Let me see here.
And you're giving them one of your boomerangs to enchant?
If that works, then sure, I'll give one of my 4 boomerangs.
All right.
Okay, so I'm subtracting a boomerang. I'm subtracting 600 gold.
Yep.
And that leaves me with 1,500 gold. Oh, I've got platinum too. I'm rich. Okay, and then Anvir, did you subtract to the CR4 Iron Cobra essence?
I was just looking to see which ones we had, but yeah.
And then I'm going to take an additional 100 gold and donate that to the temple.
All right.
There we go.
So
I know. Yeah.
So yeah, she says it should be done in 5 days. Just I assume you'll be here, so just come and see me.
If not, then we will return at some other point. I appreciate your assistance.
All right, so make sure you mark that project. So the day is passing.
Oh, I was gonna do something.
What are you gonna do?
I was gonna ask if anyone in the group has jeweler tools.
No.
And if not, then I was gonna try and find a jeweler that could break up these diamonds, really large diamonds I have.
To make diamond dust or
I do
something?
not.
Just smaller diamonds, really, because I have a singular diamond worth 1,000 gold.
So that's not really. I mean, all right. So you look around, but I'm gonna say there aren't really jewelers hanging out at the.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if there were any like
temple.
pilgrim guys walking through. Yeah, I didn't think there would be anyone at the temple.
Yeah, I'll say you ask around the Warrens, but yeah, most of the people here are not studied in the ways of jewel crafting.
That is fine. I just have. Yeah, I was just gonna check because I have 1 diamond worth 1,000 and a black diamond worth 600.
Yeah.
So I was gonna see if I could get those broken into smaller ones.
Okay.
But if not, that is all good. I will just continue with my day.
All right. So what were you doing with your downtime since you're not making the Sirahar boomerang?
I might just start looking through some of the spells that I could make scrolls out of.
Okay.
Start making a scroll of some description.
Do you know what you're making?
Let's go with a Revivify. Can't hurt to have a spare Revivify on hand.
Okay. Do you know what you need to make that?
Vaguely. I'll make sure I do it all right.
Alright, it does require you to have the material components, just FYI. So when you put it into the scroll, you would have to expend either the correct amount of Maho or the diamond needed for it.
Yeah, I have tons of Maho.
Okay.
I have 1,300.
Well, it's not tons, but
I have it's a good amount, yeah. I have enough
It's
to
like
make to last.
3 scrolls, maybe?
Of
Something like
Revivify, it'd be 4.
4 scrolls? Alright.
Because it's 300 gold.
Alright. So Yeah, let me know if you need the info on making scrolls.
It's 1 week, 500 gold for a level 3. If we're still using Xanathar's stuff.
I would.
I've been
Tell
cutting
the
down
people.
the times, so I'll say
okay.
3 days.
Easy, but still 500 gold.
But still, still the same amounts.
Hey everyone, I'm taking the money out of the bag because to keep you bastards alive.
All right. So the day is passing.
Oh, language, Andre. That's not like you.
so
Certainly for like 3 days. What do you know what I'm like?
so
Sir, I've known you for exactly 22 days.
yeah, it's been a bit. You guys have been traveling together. But
True, it was like a 2-week round journey from Ravenfast.
yeah. So at the end of the day, or at least at the end of the work day, I would need an investigation check from Robert.
Investigation is poor.
Well, you are investigating.
I'm pretty sure we only have one person good at investigating it.
How about a persuasion check?
I thought you were following people.
Yeah.
Generally,
am.
that's not talking to them. Would kind of defeat the purpose.
I used my heroic.
Oh!
Alright.
Ooh.
So,
Using my heroic. My one and only heroic in this inspiration. A 7.
Oh my word.
Wow. Better.
Alright. So usually for things that happen over time, you would have to have something that would affect you for the whole time period.
Oh,
Just because,
Well,
like...
this is a reroll. This is just immediately after rolling, you can use a new roll.
Yeah, I'm just like you couldn't use this for crafting, and generally you couldn't use this for downtime stuff, because it would have to be something that would give you the bonus over a time period, because it kind of represents what you're doing throughout the day.
so this is kind of like a story point, isn't it?
Yeah, like you can't use story points on crafting either. Basically, any downtime project stuff that takes a long time can't really be modified, because the results are too powerful.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, for this particular thing, investigating, it's not as big a deal, but like you couldn't do rerolls on like crafting or any type of thing where like it would be over like a few weeks type deal. But
Okay,
I'll say we could do the reroll for this because it's only like a day's worth of stuff. But yeah, so you're following people. Do you have a good perception?
15 natural.
Yeah, give me a perception roll.
Boom.
And
21.
+5. Nice.
So you're kind of keeping an eye on a few people. You let's see. Let me just look through my notes real quick. So the only thing sort of suspicious, but you're not even sure if it really means anything. One of the pilgrims at one point had gone, who you were following had gone near where the entrance to the dungeon is and was kind of like looking at the door. But it's very little to go off of.
But it's enough.
Alright, well that's all that you would get from today.
Quick question. Did Aurora ever tell us about the suspicious as fuck conversation she had with her friend?
Oh, I don't know, did she?
She would not. As soon as that conversation happened, she went right back to her post.
Good. Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and once you come up to the dungeon and get a war, because you know that she's there, you just don't know exactly pinpoint location. and talk to her, then no.
Well, if no one else was doing anything, that day would pass. So it is now the 23rd. And remember, you guys are paying 1 gold piece a day for food and lodging, basically. I'm handling the camp,
would
but
that
you
be
have to
for me,
handle
since-
your own stuff. Huh?
How much would that be for me since I don't need to eat or drink?
We're still just going with 1 per day. 'Cause
Okay.
you might be paying for other stuff.
Probably not, but sure, why not? Who am I to argue?
Like maybe donations or something.
If you
Why
don't
not?
pay, Onvir just shows up and gives you a stink eye all day.
You don't even know.
When Robert
yeah, I can see
is-
that from on.
Look, if anyone in the
Is it-
group is going to be able to find you, it's Onvir.
When
Yeah,
Robert
yeah.
gold in the donation hat, he takes 2 out. No, I'm just kidding.
He doesn't. Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
that.
like I said, it's kind of like a combination of room and board, and maybe like refilling some of your supplies, just little things that you might have to pay to do around town. And I don't want to get into the minuscule of, it's 2 silver pieces less because I didn't have to eat, so it's fine. You can just say it's a gold piece.
Yeah.
Alright, so
Just means you don't have to buy rations and shit.
Yeah, pretty
You
much.
save money that way.
yeah.
Yeah, were they like 5 gold pieces per, if I'm correct? No. Is it, I think it's 5 silver.
I think it's
For preserved, I think it's 1 a day. But anyway, it is the 23rd of summer at 8 a.m. It's another day passes. What do you want to do today? Or is there a specific amount of time we want to pass?
Right. Robert has a new plan. Right.
Okay.
Last time he stalked the people, but this time he's gonna try and be buddy with them and see if any of their stories don't line up, or etc.
Alright, so
Really?
he's
Okay.
kind of, well, that would be more investigation, but if he's just talking to people to try to get some information, that might be more like persuasion or deception.
That one.
Okay. So he's just
He's
kind
a
of
biggie.
asking around about things.
the one I'm
Yeah.
good at, sir, please, sir.
Yeah, please. The one that I'm good at. The one that I don't have a -1 to.
Fair enough.
I love how right now Onvir is the only person with a positive intelligence.
Yeah.
You don't need to be very smart to be a pirate.
All right. So, passing another day. All right. So 8 hours would pass. So I'll start with Onvir. What did you do today?
I was probably just writing more of the scroll.
All right. So you're putting a day towards your scroll. What about Nasira?
I guess I'll start brewing a potion.
Okay. So you spend the day brewing. What about Robert? Oh, you're doing the talking to people. Give me a perception, deception, or intimidation check.
Was that first one meant to be
You mean persuasion? Yeah.
Or yeah, persuasion.
Yeah, it's a perception. I was like, that isn't right.
Yeah, I have a single
Wait,
inspiration
what?
point. I would like to use it. Is
Uh,
that something I can do or no?
for downtime stuff, no, it would just be rolls. You can't.
Okay.
Yeah. you
So they're just
can't-
a straight roll.
It would just be a straight roll, which would use your proficiency and whatever the ability score is. You can have people work with you, in which case you would both roll, but that would cost them their downtime as well.
And I can't use a strike point on this.
No. So
Okay.
that's a 12. So you plan some stories trying to maybe fool someone into giving something up. Make an opposed insight check.
Well, you have to be 12. It should be.
I'm sure I'm sure spies wouldn't be insightful at all.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like them. What?
The
I guess it depends on the type of spy.
The thief is more insightful than probably Robert is.
Alright, so what would you find out? So I guess I could just put it in chat.
Awkward silence is awkward.
So that's kind of what you get from planting some deceit. Pays off with a little clue.
Oh, nice.
But unfortunately,
Yeah,
the
kinda
person who
confirms.
you talk to doesn't, or who you got the information from doesn't know the identity of the person he saw observing your group.
Right.
I assume you're doing these talks in Robert form, right? Like as
Yeah.
yourself. Okay. Yeah.
Do you have a way to change form?
No.
Or
You
disguise.
change her?
I do not have proficiency in it. I don't have a disguise kit or proficiency in one.
Yeah.
Didn't we have had a disguise at some point?
No, he's a pirate. When would he need a disguise?
No, we had one in the bag,
Oh.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, have
Yeah.
you guys really?
Yeah, we have the hat of disguise. It's a
You guys have a
pirate
hat of
hat of
disguise?
disguise.
Oh,
Yeah, we found it on your ship.
and Robert's barely finding out about this?
Yes!
Alright, what about Aurora? What does she do? For
Pretty
the
much the same thing she's been doing for the past few days.
Just guard duty?
Watching the prisoners. Basically, yeah. Stealthy guard duty.
Alright, no, prisoners are still secure. So, I will pass the day, or attempt to. Let me do some rolling. Go ahead and pay another gold piece. Okay. So Dosha, at the end of the day, is going to come to the group and say, I just wanted to make you all aware that the coin in our camp is running a bit low, so we've been paying people. We might need some more put in there. He says, I've been making sure no one takes more than is, obviously promised.
How much money do we is in the gold in the?
There's 93 gold left in the camp. We just
Oof.
went under 100.
How much do we pay a day?
24.
Okay. Thank you for letting us know, Dosha. We should be able to swap by and chop down at least a good little bit.
He
Got a
nods.
quite amount in the gold at the moment.
He says the camp is in high spirits. All our people are happy with how things have been run. So no complaints otherwise, but I just wanted to let you know. All right. So the day passes.
Dosha's just Preston Garvey, God.
It is now the 24th at 8 a.m. So you all continue your downtime stuff here.
Well, did we want to quickly go to the camp and drop off some gold? Because we do have quite a lot in the bag.
I can last at least 2 more days.
Alright, so I'm gonna try to pass a day. Anvir, give me a D10 roll.
Oh,
Oh,
How
no.
exciting!
Uh-oh.
I was looking at a money situation, and then I get cast for a roll.
Don't it'd
Yeah.
be like hell yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Row. Row.
This is another. Yeah, that was another. I shouldn't tell you that part when he was doing the recap.
Finally, some
I
action.
definitely shouldn't tell you that.
Alright, so Anvir and Nasira, I assume you continue what you're working on today.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
this is the third. Would this be the third day now or the second?
I want to say it's the. Let me see.
Day's been going really quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, so we started on the 21st. Today is the.
We did a couple of days of faffing about.
4th. So this would be the 3rd day going past.
Cool. And you said it would only take 3, so I'm nearly done.
Yeah.
We're speedrunning.
So Robert, what's the plan for today?
He tries to figure out the identity of the person, maybe talking to others.
Okay, so using deception some more.
Yeah, deception or intimidation or persuasion, whatever needs to be done.
Oh, Robert, did you share what you told us?
Probably.
Because I was going to say, if he told us that we seem to be someone mentioned that we seem to be getting watched as we're going to the church and stuff. Every time I go to the church, I would probably look around to see if anyone's looking at me.
Yeah, he'd tell you that and then like try to distance himself from you guys, if that makes sense.
We're not
Alright.
friends. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like I don't know.
So-
I just came in with you.
Give me an active perception check on Veer.
28.
Alright. So
Nice.
it's hard to know for sure because actually, like, there's a good amount of people who look at you from time to time because, you are kind of famous around here. You have a couple of suspects, at least on this first day, who you've seen observing you multiple times as you kind of come to and fro from the church. And Robert, give me I'm going to say this is going to require a persuasion check. What you're trying to do
Sure.
today.
18.
18. So you ask around, and you as well get kind of a list of people who could have been at the location where the observation was taking place. You kind of make a list through talking to several of the pilgrims. And comparing it against your list of people who came here recently, you get a couple of names. I'll say you have 5 suspects at this point. You've
Alright.
narrowed it down to 5 people who could be watching the group. You don't know if
And
they're
they're all
actually
on the list?
spies, but they're suspicious right now.
Is that
Alright.
between the two of us that we limited it?
No, that's
So
with
they can go
his work. You kind of have your own work, though. Yours is much more finicky. Your list
That's
of
fair.
suspects, because you've only spent a few minutes each day keeping an eye out. You might have to actually spend some time if you're really looking.
That's fair.
But now you have a definitive list of 5 people who you think are likely to have been interested in the group.
Right.
All right. What about Aurora? Same thing. Still just watching the jail.
Same thing. Same
Okay.
thing.
So, in the evening, the group. In the evening, the group is approached by Atala, who says, so I've been working on, what we talked about. And I have some suspicions. She says there are some people whose stories strike me as possibly planted and not actually they are not actually who they say they are. Just from kind of asking around.
I'm imagining it would probably be all of us except for Aurora she's saying this to. Just so I understand who's here.
No, this would be
Yeah.
in the evening, so
Aurora
everyone,
wouldn't be.
Aurora?
unless
Because
are you-
Aurora doesn't eat or sleep,
Aurora-
they've just been staying
So
there.
are you just like all
Yeah.
night? You're just sitting near the. Okay, so never mind. Then
Yes.
Aurora would not be there. She's very
Yeah, and what
very
you
deep
tell,
undercover.
and what you go, and what you go tell Aurora, she wouldn't know any of this.
Yeah, Robert, like I was doing some talking here and there, and I've got a list of 5 people who have an interest in the group. And he'll list those 5.
So she's say, "Can I see your list?"
Yeah, he'll hand it over.
She looks at it. She says, "Ah, yes. This is useful. Why do you suspect these people?"
The pilgrims, they talk, and they said that these 5 people have been keeping a close eye to the group. That the group piques their interests.
Well, 2 of these people also show up on my suspicious list. She says, this woman Savora, who I think is friends with our newest person. She says, and someone by the name of Okaru. Who is
Robert's bet both of these guys. Robert's bet both of these.
Oh, did you meet Okaru?
I think so. It was the guy I'm thinking of.
I'm
yes.
pretty sure that was the guy who came up to you at the prison and was just like, "Hey man, what you doing?"
Yeah, I think it was that guy. Yeah.
Oh, did I not reveal his picture?
I don't think you revealed a photo, but I'm pretty sure his name's in there.
Well, I have him as not revealed yet, so I wonder if this is the same guy.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Coven.
Oh, it might
Yeah, I
have
think you're thinking of Coven, because Coven I did reveal. He
I
didn't.
feel
have
like
a
I've
picture.
heard that name before, though.
Huh.
But
Yes,
maybe
I-
I'm just misremembering.
been same.
Well, she says, this, like I said, this Savora lady is one of the names that kept coming up, and it looks like she is on your list as well. So the 2 of them, I think, are our top suspects, at least as being involved with the spying group. She says, any of these could be spies. I would need more time to continue my work.
Hey, we haven't seen Aurora around. Maybe we should call her over and see if she's seen anything.
Oh, she's, yeah, I don't know where she went. I haven't seen her either. She,
She tried communicating with me like a few days ago, but I don't like that mind stuff, so I just cut it off.
Oh.
Oddmere just kind of looks at Robert like, "What are we gonna do with you?"
She says, you don't like people speaking through their minds to you?
Yes.
Are you some kind of Neanderthal?
Hey, how
I'll
am I
keep that in-
supposed to read them if I don't see them speak?
He just rolls
Okay.
her eyes. Says,
I'll keep that
"Anyway,
in mind. Now I will contact Aurora through my mind.
I mean, I guess it would be freaky the first time it happened, but I mean, it's a pretty useful tool to be able to send messages mentally.
Well, yeah, if it's a high stakes situation, that's fine. But if we're just chilling here, can talk to me like a normal person.
All right, sure. You prefer blowing air through lungs to create sounds. Got it.
Thank you.
Anyway, so
I'll cast sending on Aurora and just let her know there's some new information we should discuss.
all right, so you would get that message
And
from
what-
Onvir.
I would
They respond with
get
25
that
words.
message. I would say, on my way, I have information also, I guess. And that's it.
All right. Why don't we do a break here? Because we're at about the halfway point as the investigation continues.
Right, it's getting spicy, yo.
No, the second that Navarro was doing that questioning, I'm like, and then we're like, oh, there's two people that we both have in common. I'm like, Navarro's gonna be one of them.
Yep. Oh, I felt that from the conversation she had with the war. There was a
Oh,
little
you know
doubt in
any?
my mind
You
about
made
that.
contact with the Grey Wanderers? Oh, that's great. Do you know of any settlements nearby?
Yeah, okay, Preston Garvey.
Not very subtle about it, huh?
No!
I felt I was a little suspicious too, honestly, but I didn't really remember who it was, like from the previous sessions. So I was like, you know,
We didn't really
Yeah.
get much. Like the last time we played was the only time we talked to her, and she
Sorry.
I just remember if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yes. Remember the 5 Ds of dodgeball: dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge.
And I always remember the end credit scene of my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard with fat, bloody David Spade.
That was Ben Stiller.
Was it? Oh, that was Ben. Was that Ben Stiller?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was. Yep.
Yeah.
It was because
Yeah,
it was
no,
because of the blonde.
I'm
hair.
saying-
Nah, you're right. It's because of the blonde hair and facial hair. It made me misremember him.
Yeah, no, I'm saying here, if you can dodge traffic, you can dodge a ball.
Oh, it's traffic. Okay.
Yeah,
Something-
his wife was in that movie too. That's how I remember. The lady who's the love interest is Ben Stiller's wife.
Oh,
I didn't know that, but that makes sense. So much funnier.
Yeah. The lawyer
Hey.
woman. Alright, anyway. Sorry that took me a bit.
That's okay. We were just having fun.
Alright, so where were we? Oh yeah, we were getting suspects. So this is at the end
Aurora
of
was
the
just
day.
coming back.
Yeah. So she came back to speak with you all, and I assume you share your info with her. This is during the evening of that day, like dinner time.
So, yeah, you called
So I
her?
would have finished my scroll then.
Yeah, this is after the downtime.
Sweet.
So your scroll is completed.
So, Andrea, you called me because you had info?
Primarily these two, but yes.
Oh,
And then we would...
that bitch. Yeah, she's definitely one of them, I can tell you that much.
I thought you were talking about Aurora for a second.
Yes. I had a convo with her a few days ago, I think. She wanted to see if there's any settlements nearby. And then she lays out the whole conversation.
Well, he says, well, if they're traveling, it would make sense they're looking for settlements. Though, that is a bit, coincidental.
Definitely
yeah, but the
sets
way
off-
she said it. The way she said it sounded like she wanted me to say, whatever your current place is.
Like, she knew there was, but was wondering if you did.
Tello would say, "You want me to just
Yes.
disappear her? Do we have enough confirmation now?" She doesn't seem like she'd put up much of a fight.
We don't have 100% proof. Just very
would-
good proof.
Foley rolls his eyes and says, That's your answer to everything. Didn't you disappear some random bar guy who got into a fight with you?" She says, "That was a long time ago."
I'm sorry,
But
what?
He deserved it too. Those farmers were assholes.
I feel like Onvir is saying, like, I seriously am starting to regret suggesting this now.
If she knows too much, it might be the best thing to just, make her disappear.
But I'd also much rather we weren't just disappearing an innocent woman.
Oh, sorry, Atella says,
Whoa.
I forgot Onvir was here.
Whoa. You don't know she's innocent. Guilty until proven innocent. Come on.
I think you've got that backwards.
No, I don't think so.
Well,
I don't know. Let's
If I
nab her.
did, then there would be no one in jail, right?
Onvir, how about if we just nab her and do your truth spell thingy again? Would that make you feel better?
Kind of, but Trislin did tell us to keep a low profile. I feel like nabbing someone might be raising profile.
only if we get caught.
That is true. You can't. It's not illegal if you don't get caught.
This is why Onvir keeps trying to run away from us, Foley says. You guys are breaking
Well,
his little
there's-
heart.
Has he been trying to run away from us?
She's
I
Oh,
haven't.
I wouldn't blame him if he did, Foley says.
No, I'm much too worried about what the group would do if I wasn't here.
yeah.
I think if you left, I would have to be the moral compass, and that is not a good idea, he says, sipping his wine.
No, I think it would be Dosha.
Yeah.
Oh, bless his
Yeah,
heart.
no. I think
Well, I'm just offering
Well-
the possibility, Atella says. It's up to you if you wish to take it.
there is another way, but someone who is much more smarter than me would have to figure that out. She's friendly with me more than you all, so maybe I can talk to her and maybe you can find out some questioning I can give her that will be able to tell you if she's a spy. Reverse psychology, I think they call it.
Do you trust this person? Wooly says.
As much as I trust my dead fucking brother. Which isn't much.
He says, well, I know I'm convinced. He takes a bite of his food.
Fine with me. Let's do it.
Came back. What's going on?
So what are we
Debating
doing
whether or not we should
exactly?
kidnap.
Oh, we're just going instead of kidnapping and marrying her, we're just going to kidnap her.
Alright, so you're just gonna try to abduct her, basically?
I don't know.
Onvi is abstaining from this conversation. It is very hard for Onvi to be in this group.
Wait, I want to look into this
You
other
know,
guy.
I'm with you on this. Come on, come over here.
It is very
Let's
hard.
not join that conversation about kidnapping.
Is there a way we can do this without kidnapping then? What do you suggest, Anvir?
I'm not saying I won't go through with the plan. I'm just saying I will not be responsible for planning it.
Well,
Well,
if you dislike the plan, you must give us an alternative. You can't just say, I don't like that choice. Wait, how should we do
guilty
this?
by association, Henri.
Let me rephrase what I'm saying. I don't like the choice, but I think it's our only one.
Oh,
is there-
so-
we still have this other guy.
Andre,
I mean-
do you
Okay.
go ahead?
No, say your thing, alright.
Okay, Andre, is there any questions that you can think of that I can ask her that will basically prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she's the spy?
No, because I don't even know what to look out for. I mean, we could
I
ask her
believe-
why she was asking about nearby settlements, but, like, depending on what she says, it could be a very believable lie.
What about your truth?
Uh,
spell?
Well, look, I can do the truth spell. I'm not denying that, but I think that would also... I think he's saying, in a way, to counteract the idea of kidnapping her. I think if we're doing the truth spell, we're kidnapping her.
Yeah. Talia, I think they said your name was. Do you have any suggestions
dear.
for questions I can ask?
I mean, you can ask her anything. That doesn't mean she'll tell you the truth. I guess we could do more investigation to try to make sure we have the right person, though at this point it seems pretty likely that it's her.
I agree, it's just I like being certain about these things.
I guess I can continue watching her.
I
Is-
can keep an eye
is there-
out around to see if she's watching us as well.
Do you also think it's Aurora was asking everyone, do you think it's possible to give her false information that she would act on if she's a spy, but wouldn't if she's not? Lead her into a trap.
Feasibly?
Tell them we do know there's a settlement nearby and give a
Yeah,
false-
but if they're just people trying to settle in a different settlement, then they might go for it.
Oh, that would be so awkward, Voley says with a laugh. We'll just send them into some random part of the cave. That wouldn't really tell us if they're a spy or not, though.
Yeah. I think you've got the right idea
Yeah.
of trying to maybe give them some fake information that they wouldn't act on unless they were the spy. I'm just not sure what that would be.
No. I mean, is there another settlement nearby that's not Raven's Pass or Ember that we could tell them to go to and they wouldn't go to unless they're not the spy?
So
mean,
are
the
we
only two-
following them there to see if they go?
Well, I
I
mean,
think the only two places I
Oh.
know of nearby are like the Shroomshield Village and the Candle Home, which is being home to a bunch of elementals, as far as I know.
well, Shroom Shield
I-
Village is abandoned, Dosha says. Our people are now in Vorkarn's Wrath, or in Wandering
True.
Ember. I believe Highguard is still around, the settlements to the north of Candle. But I believe that is where you all came from, is it not? He says
Candle
to
Home,
Aurora.
yeah, them.
Candlehome is gone, but I
Yeah.
believe Highguard is still around.
Yes, it is. At the very least, we could send them back there, but based on the conversations I had with them on the way, they were trying to get away from High God if
Yeah,
we assume
maybe-
they're not a spy.
Well, maybe if. Sorry, you say your thing.
No, you go ahead. I'm just NPCs.
That's fine. I was gonna say, well, maybe if we tell them that there is not even technically a settlement, but just like, oh, the Grey Wanderers have apparently have a small camp closer to Highguard. Like, I don't know exactly what we would say, but something along those lines, where it's like, well, they're not going to go backwards if they're trying to leave.
Oh, and see if
Something
they-
near High God.
So see if they go back because they would have no reason to.
Yeah, if they're leaving Highguard, then, well, like, even if we say not so much, oh, there's a settlement, because if they're trying to actually find a new settlement, they might just go there. If we say, oh, like, we're camping out there with, like, just a few people until we move on,
I mean,
and then they show up,
yeah,
that's
that's-
suspicious.
Tala says,
That's
well,
probably the best.
why don't we just have Nasira stab them with her new dagger and see if they turn into dust?
I like that idea.
No!
Plan.
Makes about as much sense as following them for 2 days to a random spot.
Yeah, we'll just stalk them. It's easier that way.
Obviously, if they turn to dust, they were a witch, and we are in the moral right.
I agree
What?
wholeheartedly.
Anvir, are you hearing this, Anvir?
Olivia just wide-eyed and horrified.
She gives you a
Yeah, so is Aurora!
Nasira reaches for her belt.
Nasira? No.
Like, you want me to do it?
Sending them
Oh.
back would be time consuming, and it still wouldn't necessarily prove anything. I mean, it sounds like they're looking for a safe place, Atala says. I think either we should take them prisoner and use the spell, or investigate more and see if we can find anything out.
Yeah, you investigate Savora. I'll look into this other guy.
That would work. Voli says, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, you still have someone making you that boomerang, don't you, Nasira?
Indeed.
So we'll be here anyway. We'll do some work for Anvir's sake. Bless his heart.
I'm a sensitive soul, I'm sorry.
Well, they will. I'll just be here, Voli says. Enjoying
Um,
myself.
Oh, here, Anwar, you can have this back. And I give him back like some religious text I took off like a random table or whatever.
Gives you back
These
the
are just
free-
brochures.
Yeah, the free pamphlets.
um,
Oh, they're meant to be given out. I took it off some pilgrim. When he wasn't looking.
yeah, I have a question. What if I just asked them why they want to go to Ember? Because, well, I don't think they ever told me why they want to go there. From what you
Right.
said.
They didn't want to go to Ember because they didn't know it existed, technically.
Yeah.
but-
Hey, I thought Ember burnt down or something. I thought you guys
Candle
said
Home
something.
broke down. Ember is the
Candle
news.
Home burned down.
Yeah, Wandering Ember is
Yeah,
the new
what
city
if I
they're
just-
building.
Oh, wandering.
Yeah,
Ember,
what
okay.
if I just, let's say, link up, using my mind link to Anvir, and he stays within the distance of it, which I think is a mile. and then everything that is said, he would also hear by me tell him. And I asked why she wants to go to Ember.
Well, he says, well, again, they haven't said they want to go to Ember. They just said they wanted to find a place nearby. I don't think they know of Ember.
I don't think Aurora knows of him.
No, I'm
te-
pretty. I thought I would. I
did
thought I
the,
remembered you told me.
yeah, I'm not sure the group revealed that to you yet. They just told you they were looking for spies, because they don't necessarily trust you yet.
Well, I thought the people before said they were working for Ember.
What people?
No, because
The,
nobody knows about them, but they just know that our people, like, that we're somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, and all that. She doesn't know what Ember is.
Alright.
Well,
on.
thing you get when you start a fire, it's pretty much good.
I think from all the conversation, we probably had said that we have a group, a settlement of people that we're trying to look after, but I don't think we've mentioned like the name of the town or anything to you.
Yeah.
No, we'll
So
just
far-
say that awards mention this village instead of the name itself.
Yeah, and so far no one has gone there. Alright, so you continue. I'm going to pass time unless there's anything else. You continue the evening, paying for your food and lodgings. And we will pass time. So... Alright, let me pay your camp.
Well, we need to go give the camp money still.
Alright, so it is the 25th of summer. You all awaken in the morning, a new day. You've had some time to kind of relax in Hildar, probably feeling more relaxed than you've been in a bit. You are still in contact with the ship. Everything has been fine as far as you can tell. Yeah, there's been no attacks or any issues with your ship that's about an hour away. So what are we doing today?
Robert's going to look into that other dude whose name I already forgot.
Something beginning with a C or a K.
Oh, that was...
The guy that said, "What you doing?"
No, I think we discussed that was somebody else.
It was Okaru. It wasn't Coven.
That was?
Yeah, that guy.
Hmm.
It's just,
Actually, I
see what
don't-
his story is.
Yeah, I don't think the group has met Okaru yet.
Yeah, we confused him with that Coven guy.
Yeah.
I will reveal him now since you get a look at him.
Oh, wow, totally inconspicuous.
He's
Yeah,
one
totally
of the...
not suspicious.
He's just one of the pilgrims who's passing through.
Or is he? Dun dun dun.
Right.
Yeah.
To be fair, Savora's picture doesn't exactly paint her as the angel of light. She's just
No.
like stood there with glowing mushrooms and a black coat.
Yeah,
I don't know what your
AI
picture looks
art
like.
generation isn't always the best. What can I tell you?
Yeah.
All right, so you're investigating Okaru.
Yeah.
How are you doing it?
I think he's gonna try and go like buddy buddy. See, I think he said that. I think Atala said that his story feels fabricated,
Yes.
and
So
that he wants
those
to try and like.
she had a small list of people who she was suspicious of, and he was on the list, and he was
Yeah,
on your list as well.
Yeah, maybe Atala knows the story a little bit, and Robert will try and like find some holes in it.
Pick up the threads.
Yeah,
You're gonna do this by talking to him.
yes. Like, oh, what brings you
Okay.
around here?
So that would probably be more of an investigation thing again.
Pain. It is
Yeah,
really
Just
yeah.
talking to him would be more like befriending him and trying to get information from him. Which you could do. What's your insight?
-1.
Flat.
Yeah, so
Oh, wait. Is it minus? Wait, no, your insight's -1? It says 10 up there, which would be flat.
No, it's
yeah, it's 10 according to your thing there. But yeah, like questioning and insight would be the way to try to like deduce like if he's lying about something. And yeah, investigation would be more like trying to figure out more about him. So I don't know if Robert's more like a party guy. He's not like someone who I think can easily find out, if someone's honest or like, what someone's dark
Yeah.
secrets are. You could try. You might
maybe I'll just stalk him. I'll just stalk him. It's easier.
just talk
just-
him up. All right.
Just talk him up.
So I'll do a little bit of RP. So you find Okaru kind of praying within the monastery area. What's it called? Shit. I said it like a million times. The living space, whatever that is. And he would greet you and say, hello there. I don't think we've met, although you look familiar.
Yes, I believe I've seen you around here a few times. You do look oddly familiar. Name's Robert. He sticks out a hand.
My name is Okaru. It's good to meet you, Robert. You have odd clothing. Sorry, I don't mean to be rude.
Oh, well, from my perspective, your clothing is odd.
I suppose that's fair. What can I do for you, Robert?
Well, kind of just wanted some company.
Oh, sure. I was doing some of my studies. I am looking to become a priest of the Temple of Hildar. So, I've been here kind of getting ready to speak with the one in charge, the old woman,
Trislin?
Trislin. But I suppose I could take some time. I mean, I know what it's like to be new in a place and not know anyone. How about we have lunch?
Yeah, it sounds amazing, especially since I'm not from these parts. I'd like to get to know the area a little bit.
So give me a persuasion check and an insight check.
Persuasion.
I heard him go, that old woman, and I'm like, he's lucky Omni not there.
Could I roll my heroic inspiration on this?
Yes, this you can, because this is an RP interaction.
Well, it's better than a natural one and insight, you said?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So
Wow.
you do get the feeling that he's a little nervous meeting you for some reason. You're not really sure what that means, but so he asked to speak later once he finishes with his reading, basically. So in a few hours, probably. It's still pretty
Alright.
early.
I'll stick around.
All right, so you're just kind of
Somewhere.
hanging out in the dormitory. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, maybe I'll read a book also.
All right. And Anvir is. I guess I should have gone down the line. What's Anvir doing?
That's a good question, actually. I've done my scroll now. So.
Another one.
I might just
If you want to do RP stuff, you could just help out Trislin with kind of taking care of, the monastery.
Aurora was talking about like linking up with me just in case something happened, but I think I would have to stay within a vicinity of her to do that.
Oh, okay.
I think it's 1 mile, if I'm correct. I'm
I
checking
mean, that is
now.
quite a large amount. I mean, how big is my temple? I guess.
Yeah, it's 1 mile.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
it'd
it's
be
way
between
less
1
than a
mile and
mile. The
each other.
temple is probably like
Yeah.
a couple thousand feet across the cave
Yeah, I'll be
area.
fine then.
So yeah,
I might just
That-
I'll be helping Trislin unless anybody else needs me for something.
Alright, so you're kind of helping out, performing some holy orders. What about Nasira?
I'll just keep brewing the potion.
Alright. So while you are brewing the potion, you would hear a voice say, I'm not upset at you, by the way. I get the feeling like you think I'm upset at you. I just am not sure what to say to you at this point, now that you know some of my secrets.
Well, you...
I do also feel a bit awkward charming you. It's not something that always happens by my choice. It's sort of an effect that my kind has on your kind.
Well, I'm glad that you're speaking to me again. Perhaps we can help each other and have more trust going forward. Some might not have been so forgiving of, learning what I've learned, but you only helped me, so...
She says, I don't think I ever lied to you about anything. I just wasn't sure what I should tell you.
Do you want to tell me, now that I know some of your secrets, can you fill in the blanks, since you're still quite a mystery?
She says, there's an unknown that's still... It makes me nervous about revealing too much. I wish I didn't have to be so vague in these things. I thought maybe given time I could reveal things to you, but your party sort of interfered, I guess out of concern for you. She says, I have to be careful with how I reveal what I know to someone like you.
For
says,
my good, or because of trust?
She says, are you familiar with the term Zytion?
Indeed. This term has... I think it's come up among others, hasn't it?
Tarkana called us it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I would share with her about the Red Wizard and him using that term.
She says, how would she respond to that? Was she with you when that happened? No, she wasn't.
No, we found her in the Elephant Temple.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll just
She
say...
might have seen us use the mirror where we looked at Tarkana. Depends on how much they're aware of. Sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'll shut up.
She says, I was surprised to learn that you have a connection like that, as my kind don't usually mesh well with your kind. She says, in history, it's never happened before. But I was able to choose you, which also confuses me. So, I don't know what that means, or what the significance is. Because I'm sorry again, I'm being very vague.
Indeed.
Do you have any questions? Perhaps I could just answer some of them.
I'm not sure what to ask.
Well, it's all right if you don't, she says. I wouldn't expect you to know much about me or what my purpose is. And it's okay if we don't talk too much about it now, assuming you still trust me.
Well, you have so far only aided me and have not harmed me, except perhaps some small deceit in charming me, but we are past that now, so let us be of use to one another. What are your goals in choosing a wielder?
So she says the goal of the constant items is not fully clear to us. We were created by, well, I'm not even sure exactly who we were created by, but our purpose has been to affect outcomes within the passage of time and fate. She says, I don't know exactly why I felt a draw to you, but I was able to connect. And apparently, or go ahead.
Do you know what outcomes you are meant to affect?
She says, no, we rarely do. It's usually more on the wielder that sort of shapes us as we shape them a bit. It's our connection with the humanoids that sort of continues our existence over time, as we are sort of created by the humanoids in the first place. So the process, she says, I don't know exactly how they created us or the significance of that.
Do you have
Sorry.
memories of a life, some existence prior to being a constant weapon?
She says, no, my formation, maybe my birth, I didn't know much other than a few things, though my personality was shaped by the people I touched over the many thousands of years of my existence.
So what would you wish of me?
Just to be close, to learn more about you and what your goals are. That's usually how these things start.
You mentioned once that you can alter yourself to more closely benefit or fit the wielder, but you did not trust me enough to do so at that time. Is there any change now that you might?
She says, well, I can become more powerful, but that's less about trust. It's I have a hard time explaining these things. That said, I can become a bit more powerful if it would be helpful to you. I know I was only acting as my very base self.
Well, I will not press you to it, but if we are to be some type of partnership, then I would very much wish to know, how you can help keep me alive and those that I keep nearby me, and the goals that we seek to realize.
She says, I do think you are on the right path with those children you protect. She says, someone who can see the ley lines might be able to reveal something of great value and importance. So I would suggest continuing to protect them, and I can at least help you with that.
Excellent. What do you know of ley line magic?
So I know the energies of Gaian pass through the deep, and that's what forms the ley lines, a net of magical power that encircles all of the world. She says it is affected by the cataclysms, and those ley lines are connected to night weather as well.
Tell me of this night weather.
He says, well, I mean, it is the city created by those, well, not of your ancestors, but of the humans, dwarves, and I believe halflings and gnomes who first came to Gaian. That was before the first cycle and before the destruction of the surface began.
And
This is-
what?
Go
Sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
Says this is probably a lot to take in. I can't give you too many details about Nightweather, because even I don't know that much, as I've never formally been there. It's sort of forbidden for my kind to go there, unlike your kind.
Why is that?
He says, well, because normal people don't go to Nightweather. Even powerful people don't go to Nightweather. Only the Zation can go to Nightweather.
And why do Zatian go to Nightweather?
Because again, I don't have that answer.
Hmm.
I don't, I've never even communed with a Zation before, so I don't think any constant item has.
How many constant items are there?
Since there are many, as there are abstract ideas within the world, many of them have become constant items. The thoughts of the collective have created many. As we bring reality to many different ideas. Says, like I said, I know this is a lot to take in. Perhaps we should move on for now. And if you have questions later, I'd be happy to answer them.
Very well.
All right, so that's it for you.
Sorry. Yeah, that's fine. She'll just kind of ponder over some of the.
Strangeness.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Robert did his discussions. What about Aurora?
After ranking up with Onbeard herself using the Mind Link, she would go talk to Savora.
All right, so you find Savora in her usual place within the dormitory. Looks like she is, just kind of maybe having lunch at this point. She says, "Oh, hello."
Quick question, because you said Savora also came with me when I came over to here.
Yeah, you were traveling with her. That's correct.
Did she ever mention why she wanted to find a new settlement, or no?
You didn't really press her. It seemed like she was in a group with several refugees who were just looking for a safe place to settle.
Okay. Oh, hi there, Savora. I've been cooped up and I wanted to actually talk to someone. God knows where they are. The Grey Wanderers. They're confusing. They're a confusing bunch.
Oh, all right. Well, you can feel free to stay with me. I was just enjoying a little break from my duties. She says, I was thinking we might end up going to Revan's Pass, even though it's not the even though it's not the most safe place. I mean, it's we can't stay here. We're not priests, so they're not going to let us stay here forever, and we need to move on. And maybe we can use that as a jumping point to get to the capital once we have enough money.
Oh, by the way, this conversation, unless Andrea says to stop, she's just telling exactly what she's saying, what the conversation is to Andrea, since her mind linked up.
All right.
I mean, I don't know if I can't judge what she's saying. If you think she's lying, that's up to you.
Yeah, no, she's just repeating the words. So yeah, I know I didn't press you on it too much, but I am curious. Why did you go away from whatever that place is that we came from?
I got.
Sheep. Yeah, High God.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh, persuasion. 25 minutes. No? Okay. Well, fuck you.
You say 20?
20.
He says, well, originally there was a larger group of us who were going, or who had lived in a settlement a bit upriver when our settlement was attacked and destroyed by drow. Most of the people died, but myself and several others, including my brother, managed to escape and head south. And we were picked up several days later, luckily before our lantern oil ran out, by a group of hermits who kind of sent us towards the place where I met you, the village where we all got onto that caravan together. She says, I didn't talk about it much, but it's still a painful memory. So I don't really like talking about it. Give me an insight check.
I was gonna
Oh.
say if he's still feeding all this information to me, does that did I hear anything about that? Like a village near there getting attacked by dark elves?
No, but you wouldn't expect to. It's not like there's a underground news network.
I wasn't sure because I couldn't remember when she said it happened. Was it?
You feel like she's being honest. She does seem very choked up and a bit sad remembering this. So you don't sense any deceit. She says, I'm sorry I didn't really mention it before this. I just, like I said, it's hard for me to speak of it.
Oh, no worries. I do understand that. Well, yeah,
She would smile and give
really
you a hug.
Said,
Says, thank you.
or we'll head back.
I appreciate that.
Oh, I also come from a place where death happens a lot.
It seems like all that we have down here sometimes. She says, and I know that...
Bad and badness.
She says, and don't worry, I know that just because you are a drow does not mean that you are evil like the ones who destroyed my town. I don't hold that against you at all.
No, a water... Yeah, I never mentioned my race, but I'm not a drow.
Oh my gods, I'm so sorry.
You're fine. We get mistaken for drow all the time. I'm what is known as a Shadowkai.
I've never even heard of that. Is this like, or is that a, where are Shadowkai from? Are you also native to the, to the deep?
How much do you know about the planes of existence?
She just like glazes over. She's like, what?
Someone just taught high school level algebra to a 2-year-old.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to explain this in easiest way possible. Imagine there's this world, but there is also another. I am from that other world. There are many other different worlds. I'm just from one of them. Not this one though. I'm in a place known as the Shadowfell.
So you spend a little bit of time talking. She just kind of doesn't know if she fully understands, which says, well, you seem like you've a very kind heart, So wherever you're from, it doesn't bother me. And I'm very sorry I mistook you for a dark elf. I guess I don't know as much about your people as I thought. The elves, that is.
It happens way too much. Way too much. We don't have the tan skin like most elves because of the way we grew up.
She says, I had noticed you, I've seen, well, actually, wait, would she have seen that? No, I guess she wouldn't have, because you actually haven't been with the group much. Yeah, you've been kind of on your own. So she says, have you had any more time to speak with the Grey Wanderers? Are things going well with that?
Well, as far as I know, we've been mostly split up for most of the day. Coaching there, talking there. Maybe just buying on time for a bit. I don't know why I couldn't tell you that, but yeah.
She says, well, it's exciting to know that all of us are achieving our goals. She says, I'll be going to a new home. You found these friends of yours, and yes, I'm just happy to know that it's going well for everyone.
Thank you. Lord Quickread, can I do a perception check to see if there's anything in this room, real Quickread, that wouldn't belong?
Sure.
Is it gonna be...
Oh,
okay. That's my nat 20!
You don't know if anything doesn't belong per se. There's a couple of scrolls on the desk that look a little bit out of place, though. As she doesn't really have too much in the way of papers in her room here. It's mostly just traveling gear, but you would notice these scrolls kind of sitting on the desk nearby.
I would see that and say, what are those? I haven't seen you with them. Pointing at the scrolls.
She says, just some letters. I was speaking to some of the people of this place, and I was just looking for information on the nearby settlements, and well, I just collected some information from people. You don't think she's being
Insight check.
completely honest with your passive?
You want me to do an active insight check?
Well, you would detect with your passive that you don't think she's being completely honest.
I would ask Andrea via the link while she was telling me this. Can you tell me what a magic scroll looks like? What's different from regular letter? Because Aurora has not seen them.
Unless you can see the contents of the scroll, it will be pretty hard to discern.
Oh, fucking hell.
I imagine that would be the appropriate answer, Lou. Like, if you can't see the writing, it's probably pretty hard to tell.
Yeah, I mean, scrolls just, when they're rolled up, they just look like scrolls. It's hard to know what's on them.
Okay. Oh. Thank you, Savor. I don't want to take up too much of your time as you're eating lunch here. If there's anything else, feel
that's
free
okay.
to bond me.
You can sit with me while I eat. I don't mind.
My pleasure. I don't like to take up too much people time.
Alright, so you spend some time just kind of hanging out with her, talking with her. I guess I can hop back to Robert. So you would meet with Okaru for lunch in the dormitory, like cafeteria areas. He is happy to see you and would like just start talking about things of his interest, mostly his studies and Hildar and how awesome the night is, and he wish he could see the night and the stars and all this other stuff.
I'll ask him, so what brought you to Hildar? I read some of those pamphlets, and I just gotta say, it's not very enticing.
What? I don't know what you mean. The night is
No!
the stars.
It's
the
nothing
night.
special when you live amongst the stars. You get used to it.
Well, we don't live amongst the stars. We live in a cave. We live in.
Alright, alright.
deep.
That's right, you guys do.
You mean?
Well,
you
I
guys?
used to live among. Well, I'm not from here.
Says, well, where are you from?
Have you? So okay, so you know how there's this world? That's
The
Yeah.
two rogues just having the same conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is.
Well,
I have no
there's
idea
no-
what you're speaking of. What do you mean this
there's
world?
other worlds, and I'm from one that's known as the astral plane, and there it's stars for as far as the eye can see.
All right, now I think you're just messing with me. 'Cause how do you live in the stars? You can't go to the stars. You fall back to the earth.
Well,
Says
there's
the ground
giant
keeps you down.
ships. What do you mean?
Give me a persuasion.
Just a
Imagine
normal
these two
pursuit.
conversations happening at the exact same time, just like as a split frame kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
So
So,
you
let me tell you about another place.
you explain to him about the astral gliders and pirating in the stars, and he's just like blown away. He almost falls out of his seat. He says, "That's amazing. Why would you be here then? Why aren't you out there robbing people in the stars? Why are you in some
Damn,
cave?"
he has a point.
I lost my shipping crew and had nowhere to go, so I was like, might as well just come here and see what there is to explore. It's a bit claustrophobic, I'll tell you that.
Huh. Well, I mean, all right. I mean, I guess that's a choice. I still would have tried to find a new ship in the stars. Although I guess they're kind of hard to just find. I don't know anything about the stars. I just know what I've studied under Hildar and the calming presence of the night.
And how long have you been studying?
He says, well, since I was very young, I was not very much enticed by Palor and the sun. More enticed by the night sky and what the moon and the stars brought to our people in the days when we walked the surface of the world. He says, you probably know all about that coming from a world of stars, about the surface, right?
Yeah, totally.
He says, well,
Shit.
we're in a cave deep underground, and if you go up enough, there's no more cave. And then you just have a sky. He says, do I have to explain this to you?
Well, all of Roberts has known as a ship. So probably.
So he
Like,
will,
I've been on a ship since I was like 8 years old.
Robert's negative
Always
one
on the move.
intelligence is showing. Him,
Yeah.
He's like,
I like
what?
to imagine Onvir. I like to
What?
imagine Onvir
There's-
has tried to have this conversation with him, but he just glazes over every time.
It's like, so there's
Yes.
a cave, and then there's the stars, but what's the surface? And he just tries to explain it, and you're just glazing over. Actually, give me an intelligence check. Maybe he'll explain it better.
I get intelligence check?
Yeah, let's see.
7.
Oh,
Let's-
yeah, you're just kind of blinking at him as he's trying to explain the difference
You know,
between the caves. And
Out
the
of
surface.
time.
Like, I've heard something about fires. Like, what's the deal with that?
Yes,
Oh
the
my
surface
God.
burns because of the cataclysm, but one day it shall not, and then we shall reclaim our birthright, the night sky. I won't live to see it, but I'm excited that my children might, or their children. I don't know. I guess
Is
there's
this guy
still a good
human?
amount of time. Yeah, you think he's human.
Oh, it's your children's children?
Yeah, something like that. He says, I don't know the exact dates. History was never my strong suit. I just know we're supposed to go back to the surface one day. He says, maybe form a whole new empire. Like it's happened many times in the past.
I'll straight up ask him. So, you don't look like the elves around here. Do you happen to be a human like me?
He says, well, yes, of course. Oh, I guess my hood's been up. And he'll take off his hood and you would see he has normal ears. He says, I'm Normal old human.
I actually, humans are rare from where I'm from. I heard that there's a whole empire built by us humans. Is that true?
Yes, the Darrock Empire, though I'm not overly fond of it. Says there's quite a bit of villainry that goes on there.
And are you originally from there, or where are you from?
Says, yes, as most humans, I come from our homeland in the deep. He says there's mostly the remnants of the Cavians before the empire that we used to have back when the surface, wasn't on fire. He says the Tharians, the Dwarven Empire, the Cavians, the humans. There's some others, but I don't. Like I said, I'm not much of a history buff.
Okay, and when did you come to Hildar? When did you be like, I want to study in the ways of Hildar? When did that start in your life?
He says, "Oh, when I was fairly young, as I said, I was being trained under the tutelage of a Palor priest, but it just wasn't as interesting to me as the night sky and the tales I heard of the eve and shadows and dusk."
So does it take years to become a priest here? You said you're studying.
He says, "Well, I only got here recently, but I'm planning to be here for quite some time."
Yeah, how
He says,
recently?
there's a chance I might try to go on more of a missionary. What would be the word for it?
Oh,
Like,
spreading the word of Hildar.
he says, yes, bring some books with me and journey to some nearby settlements, but I still need to figure out a good place to go.
Well, there's always Revan's Pass. I've been there before.
He says, I have not heard the best things about Revan's Pass, so I'm trying to avoid that place.
Nonsense. It's great. It's amazing. I met this lovely woman.
Give me a persuasion or a deception.
I'll give it a deception. Yeah. 15?
He says, well, that's alright. Well, you're the first person I've heard talk well of it. Though I heard a new settlement had started somewhere nearby. After, he says, I assume you know of the destruction of Candleholm.
Well, I've only been here for like less than 30 days, so no. Can you give me a quick history lesson?
Sure. So he tells you about Candleholm and its destruction, destroyed by strange elementals. But he says apparently the people of Candle have moved to create a new settlement. He says something about the and actually he says there's this group called the Grey Wanderers, and they are helping these people start a new settlement somewhere in the area, I've heard. So I thought that might be a good place to settle down.
That's a weird thing to hear. What did... Like a new settlement. That's something indeed. Who'd you hear this from? Is this like public knowledge and that I just missed out, or?
He says, well, there's some talk of it among the dormitories. He says, but yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly where the information comes from, but you know, if it's true, I think it would be a great opportunity. He says the Candelians were very kind and a very benevolent city. He says,
well, according to your own history lessons, were, right?
Well, yeah, as I said, it was destroyed by elementals.
Yeah. So, well, why don't you go and talk to these Grey Wanderers?
He says, oh, well, I mean, they're supposedly legendary, and they're not going to want to talk to me.
Legendary? What makes them so special?
He shrugs. He says, well, apparently they've done a lot of good in the world. They're probably off, fighting mind flayers or something. I don't know, whatever heroes do.
Mind flayers. Robert just kind of curses them out in like Gith.
He says, well, yeah, no one likes mind flayers. Hot take there, buddy. Just kidding.
Yeah,
He'd say, yes,
avoided
mind flayers
them
are
whenever I had the
despicable.
chance.
Um,
Yeah, and I just like talk to this guy and see if I can't get anything out of him.
give me, I guess, another persuasion or deception.
Yeah.
And then give me another insight check.
Can I use my story point on this?
Story
Deception.
point reroll? Sure, you can.
Yeah.
Wait, did you
My
use
only-
it yesterday?
No.
Okay, so
My
then
story
yes,
point
you
now.
can.
I use my heroic inspiration.
Alright, yeah, go for it. Although now you won't be able to use it on your insight check.
No, it is what it is. I have an inspiration point. Did I use that one already? No, right? Because I couldn't. Because it was like a.
Those
all-day
are
thing.
those are the insight points, so you can just use those to gain a flat +2 bonus per point.
All right. I use my only one for a +2.
Okay.
18.
So you do feel like this guy is being fairly honest. You don't get the feeling that he's lying about the things he's saying or the things he knows. You would feel like he, as he talks more, is a little bit more like his interest with the Grey Wanderers and this Wandering Ember place is a little bit. I don't want to say surprising. But,
Enthusiastic. Oh,
maybe
uncanny.
maybe a little suspicious. Though you don't know why he's so interested in all this.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So I guess that would be it for the conversations. Sorry, guys. Hopefully this isn't too slow or anything. It's RP.
What? I think we're so quiet because all of us are just thinking, what the fuck should we do?
That's
All right,
fine.
guys.
Yeah,
I
pretty
said I'm murdering this guy in broad daylight. No, just
Yeah, you just pull out your knife. All right, so the day is passing. Would they be done with? Was that 5 days?
That would be 5. If it's the end of the 25th, then the boomerang should be ready. Or is it the? Yeah, is it the 25th?
It is the 25th. So
Before the boomerang was going to take 2 weeks.
He changed it to 5 days after he made it uncommon.
Okay, I misheard that. I didn't hear that.
No, yeah, I started to type the 2 weeks because I was taking notes, but then he changed it to 5 days. So yeah, I put it in chat, but I didn't take out the 2 weeks, but the 5 days is there at the end. Yeah.
all right, so at the end of the
I think there was something else going on because Aurora was asking if I could make a distraction mentally.
oh
Yeah.
sure. So like, what kind of distraction are you making?
Basically, Aurora wants Anvia to get both of them out of their room in
Yeah,
different directions.
Oh,
I don't know how I would get her out. That's the
We'll
only
pull the
problem.
fire alarm.
The ye old fire alarm.
just a guy with like a pot and like a spoon going bing 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 bing, just smacking them together. Fire! There's a fire! Everybody run away! Fire! Shut up! I hear you. All right. So how are you gonna do a distraction? Like, how would you do that even?
That is a great question. I would probably communicate with Aurora, like, how the hell am I meant to get this chick out of the room?
Myself getting out of the room is gonna be easy. He can just come ask me to leave. Oh fuck. Shit.
just
Hey.
slap your knees and be like, "Welp," and stand up and like, "It's time to go."
What are you, a boomer?
Yes.
Well, slap
Or
scene.
would say, yeah.
All right.
Or can you think of anything to get her out of the room?
Do you think you could get her out of the room? Because I can also go invisible.
I mean, I could. It's going to take some convincing, but I could, yes.
All right. So
Do
what
you
do you,
want
how are
me
you gonna do
to
it?
get her out of the room?
This is your plan. Why are you asking him?
Okay. No, I just want to make sure that he wants me to get her out of the room so he can go invisible instead of the
I
other
can,
way
yeah.
around.
Like, because I don't know how I, a person who has never interacted with this woman, is going to convince her to leave.
Just be like, get out of here. You're not welcomed in the monastery anymore.
Okay,
Shoot.
Get out of here.
question, Root. From the time I have spent with her, how much does she like girls?
I don't think you've ever broached that subject with her, so you probably wouldn't know.
Why don't you ask if you just want to go for a walk or something?
She seems like she's kind of still a little bit. You don't think she's thinking about romance right now. She has a lot going on, so she hasn't really
Okay,
talked about such things.
She would
I just
say,
opened my heart, told you about a deep, dark thing that happened to my life. Hey, you want to fuck?
Start making.
Okay,
Oh no. Anyways,
Oro would say, hey, Savora, do you need some air to clear your mind? You seem, revealing the, the elf thing. You want to go for some air?
I suppose if I could do with a walk. She says, I don't know how much better the air is outside of the dormitories, but if you're
It's
asking
better
me to,
in here, I can tell you that much.
all right, well, why don't we go for a walk then? I could use a bit of a walk to exercise a little. So she would follow you
And
out.
Aurora helps her. Yeah. And Aurora would say to Anvir, I got her out, go.
I would, just for the sake of safetyness, I would cast Mislead, which makes me invisible and leaves an illusion just walking around.
Right,
Oh
so
god,
there's-
don't remind me of that spell.
There's like fake Anvir just hanging out in the.
He's
the
just hanging.
rectory.
Yeah, he looks like he's just sat down meditating somewhere.
All right. So you go invisibly to where, I guess to her room, right?
Yeah.
So she would have locked the door when she left.
Is there... Shit. I'm assuming there's no way of
I mean, it's
her
not like
seeing
a
you walk-
powerful.
seeing-
Or God, it's not a good lock. It's a shitty lock, but
I don't know how to pick locks.
Yeah, is there any way for me, after seeing her lock it, stop the lock without her noticing? Like, so it still can be opened normally.
so like try to pick it open or something.
More like, trying to put like when you have a door, you put some tape on the inside to make sure it doesn't lock. But it sounds like it's locking, something like that.
Not really. I mean, you could try to use sleight of hand to pick the lock secretly as you're walking out. Like to try to
How good
reopen
is
it.
my sleight of hand? Yes, I will try to sleight of hand it. Like, just quickly turn a knob or something like that so he can get it in.
Alright, so maybe like you lean up against the door for a moment, smiling as you like put the lockpick in and quickly give it a little tug.
Yeah,
Okay, go ahead.
since it's not like super hard locks. It's gonna be, 25.
Alright, yeah, I wouldn't even make you roll a lockpick because it's like a 5. So yeah, you stick the lockpick in and pick the lock as you're walking away. So Anvir would get to the room, and luckily the door would be open.
I would go have a look at these.
Go over to the scrolls. Excuse me. And you would see that it has information about the Grey Wanderers. Looks like she was taking some notes on the group.
I wouldn't take them because I feel like she would suspect that, but I would
yeah, like there's notes of where the settlement might be, kind of notes on you guys yourselves, like what you were seen doing, where you were, like around the temple, just all sorts of stuff.
How accurate is the information about where the settlement might be?
Hey, you're not there.
I know.
I was gonna ask this as well. I was gonna ask how located are they?
I mean, she knows it's somewhere far south, more than 3 days' journey, is what she's kind of gathered. Probably from talking to people. You would guess that the only way she could have gotten that is maybe from speaking to some of the other clerics, because the remnants of Candle, the Candelians, did stay here for a while, then leave. So they may have said something.
Aurora would also quickly say to Anvir, "Let me know when you're gone, so we can return."
Yeah, I would.
So I'm basically keeping her busy until Anvir's done.
So it's a little suspicious, obviously. And yeah, that's basically what the scrolls are. It's just some notes that she's taken.
And Aurora was telling me everything she was saying, and she said it was just like information on like settlements.
Yes.
Right.
She didn't mention anything about the group. That's for sure. She just said she was gathering information on possible like homes she could go to.
Anvir would leave the room and let Aurora know, and then he's just gonna like get in the exact same position as his like illusion, and then just get rid of the spell, so it looks like he never left that spot.
You get back. There's a guy kind of staring at you and like waving his hands in front of your closed eyes.
Nice.
Anvir.
Once I'm like in position and then drop the spell, I'll just like open my eyes and be like, "What?"
Oh, sorry. Sorry, you just threw me off. Your mom is looking for you, Trislin. Grandmother?
Technically no real blood relation, but grandmother-like.
He says it was just sent to get you. She wanted to speak with you.
Yeah, no problem.
He says you were really out of it, man. I was like waving my hands and I was saying, "Hey, that's some impressive trancing you got there."
Years of training, my friend.
The substance check.
Is this an elf or like a human?
It's just it's like a kid. It's like some teenager.
138 years of training, my friend.
He says, yeah, okay, that makes sense. He just walks away. All right, well, we are at about time, so why don't we do MVP votes, and we can pick it up next time as you go and speak with Trislin. These new revelations about possible spies.
I love it. He's just apparently trying to get the attention of the duplicate for God knows how long.
It's
only last an hour, not that long.
I'll give Robert, Aurora, and Nasira insight points for those RP things.
Yay.
Thank
Those
you.
interactions.
Are they still capped at 5 like the...
Capped at 10 now.
At 10 now, okay.
We didn't get as much from Anvir in RP tonight, unfortunately.
It was very hard for me to go in to an RP because it's such uncomfortable stuff for him.
Yeah. No, I'm not blaming you or anything. It's kind of how it shook out.
Anvir, how dare you not agree with murdering these random strangers who we know nothing about?
Alright, so Robert with 2 votes. You are MVP. Congrats.
Yay.
Another
Is that-
insight point.
Yay!
Those are
And
the
then the story point next week. Let's go.
those are the +2. +2 ones. All right, well, good game,
Yeah.
everyone.
All right, thank you guys. I had fun.
Lots of RP these games. I'm hoping everyone's still enjoying it.
They're all good, yeah. No, it's kind of the nature of D&D. When you're doing shit like this, there's not gonna be a lot of combat.
Yeah, well, I know some
Not
groups
yet.
prefer RP, some groups prefer combat. It kind of depends on the people. I think this group is kind of in the middle.
I think this.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
So-
I like a healthy mix. Considering how long we were dealing with those goddamn illithids, a little bit of role play time isn't gonna kill us.
Mm.
Miri got some extra
It
lore.
sounded like you almost said road potato.
Sorry, what did you say, Lou?
I said Miri got some extra world lore. That probably,
Yeah, I was trying to I was trying to think of questions to ask without applying too much of my player knowledge, on some of the stuff.
Nasira wouldn't know it, but
Well, 'cause,
Miri might be going at a few things.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, because I wasn't sure, because you were in the room, I'm pretty sure, when I did the lore, and I was sharing that with you, so I'm sat here I can't remember how much we learned.
Yeah.
I remember the second she was like, "Oh yeah, ask me questions." My first question popped up in my face immediately, which was, "Constant of what?"
Oh yeah. But see, I don't know if Nasira understands constant weapons enough yet to think to ask that though. Maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Obviously,
I don't know what constant weapons are in or out of character.
yeah, doesn't. Out of character, what I'm gathering based on what she told you is they are weapons that are based around concepts.
Okay, I'm going to bed. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Good night.
All right.
That seemed to be what she was saying to you, more or less. The idea of things is what they are the constant of.
Well, I mean, I know that I read about them in Lou's world lore pages at one point, but I don't remember. And I know in one of the other games, I have a group that's actually to the point where they're thinking of searching for